guys, it's your girl Leslie, and welcome to my channel. So hey guys, sorry it's been a little bit, my throat is a bit dry, that's why I brought my mini Kool-Aid juice. Anywho, honestly, I apologize to you guys for not posting in a couple days. I've been quite busy and I've been quite tired. I've been reading other stories, of obviously Vigilante Deku because I'm slowly getting back into it. Because, like, why not? All these stories are super interesting. They're just interesting. I love them very much. Guys, let me know, like, because I already, like, I believe last video I told you guys about this Vigilante Deku that had, like, 60 chapters that I absolutely loved and was, like, my favorite. I obviously put a link in that video in the description if you guys wanted to honestly read it, because I wouldn't blame you. If you guys want me to read that story on here, on this channel, please let me know. It's probably gonna I'm probably gonna start reading it after I finish the creepypasta, so we can say a minimum of 2 to 3 stories at the same time. But if you couldn't tell, we're gonna read Carnage because we haven't read Carnage in a little bit, and people I know like that story, so I gotta give Carnage a chance too. So without further ado, let's get straight into it, and announcements will be said after the reading is done.
Let's straight into it. Okay. Chapter 5. Every rose has a stone. That's literally facts, period. Cletus didn't even own a phone when he asked for Ryan's number. He only bought one for the sole purpose of messaging her. He wondered how desperate he appeared to Ryan. Well, he could actually be considered desperate. He had messaged her in the morning from the apartment he had stolen. He had contemplated what to say for about 30 minutes. Eventually, he went with a more casual message. He spoke aloud as he typed, "Boomer," knowing damn well he could hardly type anything. He didn't go to school, so writing and reading was self-taught. "Hey, Ryan, it's Carnage." Yeah, I see you messed up a little bit there, mister. I see you mess up. His finger hovered over the send button for about 5 seconds before he actually hit it. And when he did, he instantly felt regret. He could have said that better, right? He was sitting on his bed now, holding the phone and watching it with stressful eyes. One hand ran through his hair as he sighed. "Red, why am I stressed? It's like talking, so why am I having a problem doing that?" "I don't know," she replied honestly, forming a small head and staring at him with narrowed eyes. He could feel her shifting around in his mind. She paused for a moment as she found something interesting. "You're afraid of being rejected. You believe that she might try to leave you if you mess this up." Cletus sighed at that. "Well, that's a new feeling," he muttered, Red purring softly while watching him. "What? Why are you purring?" he asked, narrowing his eyes at the manifested head of his sim knight. "It means, well, if you don't want her to go, you must like her. At least enough for you to grow anxious over it," Red answered, Cletus raising a brow. "You're telling me that this is what starting to like someone feels like?" he questioned. In response, Red pulled up the memory of YN when she had been laughing and giving him a smile. The way her eyes shimmered in the amusement had taken him off guard. "Yes, Cletus, you're already starting to like her. You grow attached surprisingly quick. Wow, this feeling, it kind of hurts. Like, I'm seriously feeling anxiety. You know how long since I felt anxiety?" He froze as his phone buzzed. He quickly grabbed it to see the message. "Hello, Cassidy." Her response and refusal to use the name Carnage made him tilt his head. "Something tells me she doesn't like the Semonite half of us," he muttered, Red scoffing in return. "Something tells me she doesn't like us." That alone made his anxiety spike. "Well, what now? What do I say?" he questioned. He didn't receive a response from Red, and he assumed that that meant that she didn't know either. "Wanna go out again tonight?" he asked, already hating his response. Texting her was supposed to be easier, but it just felt more awkward on his end. "Depends on what you want to do," she replied, making him sigh. "She keeps throwing me curveballs! What are we gonna do now?" Cletus questioned. Red seemed to join him in the panic. I don't know. Dinner! Dinner's good. Not our kind of dinner, but some sort of dinner," she replied, trying to think of anything that she might have seen from a romance movie. Bruh, same, but replace romance movie with fanfics. "Where? No place will let us in. They'll just scream and run away or something," he argued. "Apparently, my murder activities are more well known than I originally thought." "Then steal something. Go to the store, steal some food, call it dinner, and eat at her apartment. Simple? Done," Red purred, sounding proud of her plan. "Alright, fine. I can bring you some dinner. No dead bodies involved," he messaged back. "What about the dead bodies of those who try to stop us from stealing?" the Semonite quickly asked. "She doesn't have to know that part." "Should we bring her flowers as well?" "Some nice red roses. What do you think?" Cletus asked his other half, who bumped her head against the side of his head with a smile. She said no words, but the twisting emotions in his mind told him enough. "All right, roses it is." "That sounds fine," Wyan finally replied. "Oh, this is so not fine," Wyan muttered, putting her phone back down on the bedside table. "I refuse to believe that there won't be any blood involved with this. And my house is still a mess," she called out to herself, gesturing to the clutter surrounding the place. She may be organized on the job, but here, she couldn't care less. Though, she was supposed to now... Wait. Whoopsie. Though, she supposed now she should better start caring and clean up before her boyfriend flies in through her window. She once had a pile for laundry, but now that pile was just wherever she threw off the clothes, which was everywhere. "Why have I done this to myself?" she asked as she tried to gather up the laundry. She might as well do it all. No harm in that. Next would be random items like pens or papers that were honestly way too far important to be left on the floor in the first place. Her kitchen, for sure, had stains covering the countertops. Yeah, I would never eat at this lady's place ever again, or even touch it. I ain't willing to. She might have cockroaches. No, thank you. Covering the countertops and things that would go on in the cupboard that were just on the table. And the living room. Oh, she wasn't even going to start with that. How did I become a lawyer again? She gathered a handful of pens and looked at a couple papers listing names of people she was bound to work for soon. Oh, that's right. I'm good at lying. It took her about 3 hours to completely clean the whole place. It had to be done eventually. Seriously, this place was a terrible mess before. Now it at least looked livable. She even dusted. She never dusted. So far, the most that Cletus has ever done for her is make her feel the need to clean her house. Congratulations, Carnage. You aren't completely useless to my life after all. Satisfied with the clean house, Wyan checked the time. Wyan checked the time. It was only 1:30. She had some time for herself now. She grabbed some chips, which she had planned to eat yesterday, and headed for the living room to watch a movie or something. She relaxed on the couch, munching on her favorite chips as she watched her favorite show. This is now how she spent most of Sundays. This Sunday would turn out different, but she could handle it. Time passed so quickly. She already lost in the shadow. What? She was already lost in the show 2 episodes in, forgetting all about everything else that was about to happen. She finished her chips, placing the bag on the coffee table in front of her. Gorging out on some chips when I said I got dinner for you? Carnage's sudden voice caused her to let out a small scream and fall off the couch. Carnage was laughing when she jumped up, looking at them with wide eyes. Carnage's gaze wasn't hostile, but fond and playful. "Don't do that! You scared me!" she complained. Carnage chuckling over her words. "Clearly so. Maybe one day you won't be so afraid of my voice," they told her before turning back into the human form. Cletus watched her for a moment before turning away. "I hope you're still hungry. I also bought an extra gift for you, sweetheart." "What kind of gift?" she instantly asked, walking into the kitchen with him. He caught her gaze and she narrowed it. "Relax. No humans were harmed in the making of this gift." Cletus chuckled, lifting a hand and ruffling her brown hair. She blinked blankly at him for that, and he walked past her. She snapped from the daze and followed after him quickly. "Well, good. I don't need any blood." "Oh," she whispered, upon seeing the roses that he put into her favorite vase on the island in her kitchen. "I noticed that, I noticed that red was prominent in a lot of your possessions, so I thought it would work." "Does it work?" he asked, walking around in the kitchen island and picking one of the roses from the vase. He twirled it in his fingers for a moment. "Yeah, it works. It's real sweet, Cassidy," she told him, the man smiling as he walked back up over to her. Being beside him was a reminder of his shocking height compared to hers. Ha! She had to look up to him to look him in the eye. He didn't hold her gaze long, a habit of his she just caught on to. "Here," he whispered, offering her the rose. "Careful, there's still thorns," he warned, Wyatt taking the flower from his hands. She gave it a small whiff, enjoying the pleasant scent that radiated off of it. Cletus noticed a smile, and it made him proud of himself. She didn't seem to have a speck of fear within her as she held the rose. Maybe she did what he had asked and decided to just blindly trust him. "Cletus, compliment her. I can tell you want to," Red hissed within his head, her voice bordering on teasing. You... Cletus stuttered, trying to... I'm stuttering right reading this. Cletus stuttered, trying to think of what exactly to say in order to express the strange feeling in the corner of his mind. "You look cute when you're happy," he finished, Wyan looking up at him quickly. "Thanks, but lying about my looks isn't necessary. You don't have to give me a bunch of hollow compliments," she told him. Cletus narrowing his eyes. He called her pretty plenty of times. Why is there a problem now? "I wasn't lying. Cassidy, I'm a lawyer. I make a lot of money. May not look like it, since most of it is in my savings or used on my snack cupboard. But I'm still rather rich. There must be a reason some guy hadn't actually picked me up and made me his wife. I think it boiled down to my looks," she interrupted, placing the rose back into the vase. Cletus laughed at that, and Wyan cast him a glare. "Really? You think that's the problem? You're a lawyer, and from what I've seen, one with a lot of personality," he began, leaning onto the countertop. And have you seen New York, Dove? Most people don't care for a woman who thinks. That's why there isn't some slutty man in your apartment, if you don't count me. I don't count you? She replied, raising a brow at his response. And with that, whoopsie. And that was creepily insightful of you. So moving on. Did you bring the food? She asked, Cletus looking off toward the other countertop. Pizza? He asked, walking over and picking up a box. It's half cheese and half meat lovers. Personally, meat lovers is my favorite, but I didn't know what kind you would like, he told her as she placed it onto the counter. She smiled and opened the box, eyeing it for a moment. The question of whether or not she should eat the pizza went through her head. She decided to really test if she could trust him using the pizza. If she ends up poisoned, drugged, or taken advantage of, she would know to never trust him ever again, if she were left to be able to trust him again. Once again, she got herself into this mess by saying yes to dating him. She picked up a piece of the cheese pizza and took a bite. The taste flooded her mouth, and she believes that in that moment, it was in fact, a normal cheese pizza. Dun dun dun. Cletus picked up the meat lovers and took a huge chunk out of it, his eyes closing as he tasted the meat that dressed it. All right, that's a pretty good pizza, she told him, enjoying the taste of the meal Cletus had brought for her. He gave a curt nod before taking another large bite. And for future references, pepperoni is my kind of pizza. Noted. Red was buzzing to life inside Cletus's mind, a pleasant feeling washing over her as he ate. He had been hungry beforehand. Cletus, he heard her growl, a tendril slowly trailing up his chest. A serrated edge of it pricked his skin to further gather his attention. With just that already, he knew what she wanted. No, you'll scare her, he mentally responded, only for Red to hiss and push over a wave of emotions that could only be described as a young Simonite throwing a fit over the response. It wasn't often Cletus denied her anything. Don't panic, Cletus blurted out, while looking up at him in confusion. As she looked, a red, snake-like head protruded from his shoulder, carried by a long neck with black markings. The white, scratchy eyes were enough for her to realize that it was what she was seeing. The Simonite, she whispered, face turning pale at the sight of the small, nightmarish alien. The creature looked over and stared at her until Cletus brought a piece of pizza he had turned off. She watched as the Simonite devoured the piece with the same fangs that tore through her skin just the other day. The Simonite has a name, he spoke as if he were taken aback by her words. Call her Red. She won't hurt you. She doesn't even look scary, does she? I think she's kinda cute if you squint. That comment made Red bite more than just the pizza, catching the tip of his fingers as well. Hey! Okay, take it back. Not cute, but she isn't scary. Me and you have different opinions on scary, she muttered. Well, what happened? Oh my god. Sorry guys, I apologize. Continuing. Me and you have different opinions on scary, she muttered. Probably because nothing scares me. Because everything's scared of me, he laughed. Red finishing off a whole slice of pizza. Trust me. Once again, You don't have to be afraid of anything either. Scream and I'll come save the day, he told her. Something tells me that saving the day involves someone else never seeing another day, she replied, Cletus shrugging as red-eyed Wyan sighted the pizza. Facing her fear of the alien that has attached herself to Cletus, she held up one slice of the cheese pizza. You can have it. As her hand neared the Simonite, she noticed Cletus shuffle back and narrow his eyes. Not at Red, but her hand moving closer to his Simonite. Red hissed, Wyan flinching back at the sound. Her hand didn't get very far back before Red snatched the pizza from her hand and rushed back. She has zero manners, Cletus informed her, but Wyan had already realized that from a moment earlier. She let out a breath she wasn't aware she was holding in for a while. She was reaching for the Simonite. That and she can sense you when you're afraid. Fear seems to make her a lot more aggressive. She can sense my fear? Wyan questioned, seeing Red had moved onto his other shoulder that was pivoted away from where she was standing. The Simonite had spawned a small clawed hand to hold the pizza down against his shoulder while she tore off pieces and swallowed them down. She can smell it, Cletus quickly explained when Red finished her meal. She seemed to fade back into this clothing. It's a very strong scent. I can smell it too while I'm in Carnage. It's not hard to miss. Oh, good to know, she whispered. She glanced around for a moment. Can you tell people apart by smell? Is that how you tracked me down? Cletus hesitated. Yeah, it is. It was pretty easy when I had your cross. That's almost cool if it weren't creepy, she muttered. A murderer being able to track her at any moment was unsettling. He chuckled at that before glancing towards the clock. It's getting late. Do you work tomorrow? He asked, and she nodded. Then I'll get going. Let you sleep and relax or whatever you do. Good night, Wyan. I'll even use your door this time, he told her, ruffling her hair once more as he walked past her to head for the said door. No, she called back, stopping him. He raised a brow. You can use the window. Your reward for bringing me food, she replied. Cletus surprised by the response. He didn't often get kindness. Yes, he counted this as kindness. With a smile, he changed direction. All right, sweetheart. I'll happily use the window instead, he told her, heading into her bedroom. She watched him as he got to the window, keeping the same calm state as the Simonite took over. They were only there for a moment before they disappeared into the night. Wyan gently smiled to herself. That went better than she thought it would. Something caught her eye. A liquid dripped from one of those rose petals, the red liquid hitting the water in the vase. The red swirled like a slow spinning galaxy, but red and less beautiful. Humans were definitely harmed in the making of this gift, she muttered, pushing the flowers back slightly. But he gets a pass on this one, because the pizza is delicious. Huh. Maybe being a lawyer has corrupted my sense of justice a little. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love this story. Oh my god, I love it. I had to read this a couple times because the first time I read it a little too sloppy and uneven. I was like, nah, let me read it. And I think I got it right this time. So anyways, back to me.
Hey guys, so hope you enjoyed the story. It was honestly interesting. My throat kind of just went like, and I was like, no, I need to continue reading. But I managed to finish reading. But anyways, there is multiple announcements, y'all. Multiple, so let's get straight into them. So first thing is first, I finally got the dress couple days earlier because it was supposed to come March 22nd, but it came earlier and I absolutely love it. I don't have a full picture of the whole entire gown on my body because my mom forgot to take it because she was like, oh my goodness, you're getting so old. And like, you know what I'm saying? But here's some pictures of what it basically kind of looks like. It's really pretty sparkly and it has a lot more jewelry than I expected and I love it. It's very big, nice, and it fits. Thank goodness. We obviously tested it the first we pulled it out. We tested it, see if it actually fit, and it did. So yay, yay. Now we have it safely put away somewhere, wrapped in a blanket, one of my favorite blankets. So I have to wait till I get my favorite blanket back. Very sad right now, but it's okay. It's wrapped in the dress. I'm gonna be a princess. Yes. Also, I went to the cheap store right now. You know the and in a certain section they sell different types of things for different prices and so forth. So I managed to get this for my bed. So I'll take a picture if I can and add it to this video or add it to the next one. But I absolutely love the color and it just looks, it's super soft. It came literally exactly like this. I love it so much. I also got a couple of other small things. I also got this as well. It's also very simple and cute. I just got it because I wanted to. Oh, also, adding to my bonnet collection, I have got this beautiful goddess. Very colorful. Like in the jungle. Then I got the silver version of my gold one. Look at her. Period. Then I got a simple black one. Another black one. Nice, right? So I got 3 more bonnets to add to my collection. I also got a piggy bank of these. If you guys ever seen these on Amazon, well, order them. Like now. I love it super duper much. You press the code in. First, if you get this one, you would press 000 because that's like the default password. And then follow the instructions. You put your own password. You can make it sound different. Here, let me show you. Putting my passcode. It has a fake door opening. Then I'll switch the sound to actually voices instead of beeping. Let's try again. I'm gonna change it back to beeping because it's less annoying. But yeah, you get the purpose of it. It is really cool. Also, I'm gonna show you an example with this because it's actually really cool. Give me a second. Let me pull out my dollar. I got a dollar in this thing, so. Okay, so I'm sorry. It's really cool though. Okay, so like you basically enter it in there, and it just kind of just in there. Okay. I'm sorry. It's cool. I'm acting like a little kid. I get it. I also decorated it, and guess what that says. I also decorated with more things to scare people off, and Pink Panther, of course, because I couldn't resist. Damn. I decorated my Nintendo Switch case and whatnot. I also got a new game for my Nintendo Switch and a new protective case. I'm not being a show-off, people. I'm just updating you on my life and what I have at the moment. This is what it looks like, y'all. I absolutely love it. Also, if you do get a Nintendo Switch and you didn't get a game yet, go to the shop and you will find a lot of really cool free games. For the great deals, if you find a Stickman 2, this game right here, I absolutely love the game. It wasn't a great deal. It was literally for $2 and it was worth it. I love it. It was like 90% off, so I think the original price was like $17, something like that. But yeah, her protective case is so glittery and sparkly. I love it. Also got a FNAF game. As you can see, I got a FNAF game, and this is the Stickman. I got a new FNAF game. So far, I already went through a FNAF Night 1, and then for I I believe it's a fixing thing. I forgot what it's called. I already did Bonnie. Now next I believe it's Chica or Bonnie again. I'm not honest. I think it's Foxy. I think it is. I'm not sure, y'all. I'm not sure. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing videos, guys. I hope you honestly enjoyed this video. It was just a full thing of updates and stuff, and I'm sorry, but it's just how it be. Honestly, my throat is hurting more and more, and I'm like, why you not letting me? Okay. Just so you know, my birthday is coming soon. Like, after, tomorrow's Monday, school for me, so, yeah, it's only like it's on Saturday next week, so I'm very excited. Or practically, for you guys, it'd be this week. Because I'm probably going to post this video like a day later. Yeah. But yeah. So, that's all I got for y'all, honestly. Let me know how you're doing in the comments, because honestly, I need to know if y'all okay or not. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. I'm tired, and my throat is killing me for some reason. Even though I'm not dying of throat. I don't know. My body's weird. Anyways, bye and peace for now, guys.